Why, hello there. It's Tara Conway with Commerce Rewired, and I'm really excited to welcome a good friend, a colleague in the retail space, Ekaterina.
Good morning, everyone.
It's so exciting to be here. I think I've been at eTail probably for the last 20 years, and it's always such a great event. I use it more to catch up with all of my colleagues in the space, but really excited to have you join us. What are you doing at eTail? Are you speaking?
I am part of one panel this afternoon about hyper personalization. So
Oh,
that will be very interesting.
personalization is a constant challenge with retailers. I think your brand, though, I mean, it must be so important to you for Miele.
Yeah. I'm with Miele, pronounced Miele like tequila. But basically, we're looking at what is the difference between targeting and responsiveness when it comes to personalization.
Mhm.
And targeting is about what you know about the customer, and responsiveness, it is what are they experiencing right now. So I'll give you an example. On the website, someone could land there and targeting will tell us, okay, that's a premium consumer, over 150K household income. Great for us. Responsiveness will be basically about what they're experiencing right now. So what if they're looking at troubleshooting content for their appliance? So this is when we have to shift and pull away from selling and shift towards base. So I would argue that the ultimate form of personalization is knowing when not to market. And actually, I would say this is even true for me attending eTail. Like there's a lot of vendors approaching me, and I would say, how do you not market to me? How is it about more networking? What am I experiencing right now? And so there's a lot of folks that may have reached out that I haven't engaged necessarily on LinkedIn because I'm not sure. It feels like someone is selling, whereas I'm not experiencing that right now.
Oh, I love the correlation between working with your customers and the same concept of networking and working with a potential vendor. It really is relationships.
Relationship first, yeah.
I really think that we're so fatigued right now with the amount of messaging and
Yeah.
content and pinging, and everybody has something to solve all of our problems. These kinds of events is what I look forward to really learning about what's going on in retail. What are the challenges?
Yeah, and often we find that we're experiencing the same type of challenges, right? And especially in today, kind of geopolitical view, we're looking at, okay, what do we prioritize right now? Do we prioritize margin? Do we prioritize sales? Can we do both, right? So there's a lot of discussions on when and where do we spend the marketing dollars.
Fascinating. Honestly, I think we're all facing the challenges right now. Are we fighting for margin? Are we fighting for acquisition? Are we investing in tech? I mean, the tech debt that exists, I think, around for many of the brands I've already talked to today
Yeah.
is the choices are overwhelming on where your dollars go. And I think it's going to be a great 2 days. There's a lot of conversation around AI. I'm going to
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
sessions on AI.
Very cool. Okay, I'm attending for sure.
Okay, it's fascinating. I've got two brands, and we're going to go with the controversial, should AI be used in marketing or not? So I will put that out there.
Wow. Okay.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great conversation. So when you think about eTail, have
Yeah.
you ever kind of walked away and said, I got the great ideas. These are things that I'm going to bring back to my team. These are things we're going to start focusing on. Any insights that you've applied before?
Definitely one takeaway that me and my team got last year was, we could go even further with, let's say, affiliate marketing that we haven't really considered for Miele before. So we had expanded on that. So it was very interesting. And we always hesitant because we're not a promotional brand. And for us, purchase intent is an equation of your brand, your products, and then there's price promotion, right? And we play very little in price promotion, which is very exciting for me as a marketer, because then I get to focus on the brands and the products, and we make incredible products. So it makes my job a lot easier, but sometimes you do have to think of what is the price promotion aspect, not in as significant as the brand. But we're discovering what are some maybe enablers, especially to grow D2C. Whereas D2C is the next step of growth for the company. I would say since 2008, we've been in Canada since 1989, but 2008 was really big push with independent dealers through the agency model that we have. And then further along, we expanded a lot in high-rise buildings. So if you're in Toronto and you're in a condominium, most likely you're going to have Miele appliances in your home, which is awesome. And then I would say the next phase of growth is going to be about the consumer. So it's going to be our Miele experience centers, and it's going to be so online. And we've seen a lot of growth online that continue to happen despite everything that's happening. And also there's a certain segment that's very resilient towards the economy. And that our customer is in that segment as well. But we definitely don't want Miele just to be an investment. We want it to be a brand that fits the lifestyle of someone who demands the best.
And you mentioned your experience centers. So
Yes.
I've had the pleasure of attending an event at your experience center. Are they across Canada? Are they in major cities? Like, what is the intent and what happens in the experience centers?
We have 6 across Canada, but we have 4 focus regions, and that's not a secret in Canada. It's pretty much Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, and Montreal. So in those 4, we have what we call more destination experience centers. So it's big enough to host events. We have a lot of architects and designers come in, some industry friends that we invite all the time. We have chefs activating. And then in Ontario, we have in Toronto 2 more. But there are smaller experience centers in mall locations, Yorkdale and Sherway. And I would say for me, it's more of a marketing vehicle to get the traffic there. It's more cash and carry type of business and less maybe full kitchen. But it's really good for the brand to be present where the premium brand.
And it really is. Those were aspirational. It's probably one of the best meals I've had in a very, very long
Chefs are really,
time.
really good.
Oh my God, so good. And it was great just walking around and touching and feeling the product. I mean, your biz merch, the merchandising that your team does is fabulous.
I love it. And actually, Selby on my team who handles that is attending today. And our head of own retail is attending eTail as well. So I'm very excited for both of them to attend. And maybe they touch less online, but there's such a bridge to be done. So I was really excited to extend some passes for eTail. And I'm very excited to hear from their perspective how they perceive the concessions and the panels, and it'd be a nice debrief.
Oh my gosh. I think that so many brands have lived in this world of silo between the physical store and the digital store, and it has to be eliminated. I think there's value for those that are building experiences in physical stores to be here as well, especially for you. I would think you're not worried about channels. You are worried about customer, about
I
conversion.
want continuity in that journey, and there's so many long cycles that I'm dealing with within our business model, obviously. So I call it 2 different cycles. So the first one is the 6-month cycle. 6 months. So how long do you think it takes to build a habit?
I would think just less than a month.
Sometimes research shows on average like 66 days. I don't know. It could be
66?
less. It could be
Wow.
more, but we've picked 6 months of complimentary detergent for anyone buying a Miele appliance with auto dispensing. And so we believe that 6 months is plenty for you to really understand the value that the products bring and not have to worry about detergent or the amount of detergent and dispensing. And so we have that happening complementary, and it's great automation that we have in place. And then we have another cycle, which is the 15-year cycle, because it takes on average 15 years for someone to decide to renovate their kitchen.
Oh, yeah, we did a renovation 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm not signing up for that.
You don't want to
No.
have to deal with that for the next 15 years. And we build appliances that are built to last 20 years because we know that that's sweet.
I will tell you, there's one thing I love about your product, and it is the innovation, like the true innovation. There are some brands that are more, I would say, disposable. You can buy a washer, if it breaks in 3 years, you just replace it. The investment's not heavy, but your team has built in so much innovation, and I love that innovation in the consumables that actually help the lifestyle of the consumer.
Yeah, I would argue anyone who has a Miele appliance is already more sustainable than someone who hasn't. Because first thing is longevity is the ultimate form of sustainability. So when you're not replacing your appliance every 5 years, it makes a difference. And having also repairable appliances. We have a dedicated Miele service team here in Canada. So if there's anything, we're always there. And also we stand behind, selling 5-year, 10-year warranties. So, having a 10-year warranty market is a goal to claim. So yeah, we believe in having appliances that will stay with you the length that it should. And we love to talk about Miele in generations, right? So it's the long game, and it's a family-owned business. And yeah, that's something I can appreciate. I don't have the pressure of the short term, although we all experience that obviously. And having some targets and KPIs.
Oh gosh, yes. KPI, our favorite acronym.
Yeah.
Well, this is great. I'm really excited to see your panel on stage. I'm really excited to hear your perspective on personalization. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was lovely.
Thanks, everyone.